Most men walk right past the best skincare products they will ever use. They ignore them completely, not because they do not care about how they look, not because they are against taking care of their skin, but simply because nobody ever told them these brands existed. The skincare industry has done an incredible job of convincing men that good skin requires expensive products with complicated ingredients and premium price tags. Walk into any department store and you will see the marketing machinery at full force: luxury packaging, celebrity endorsements, scientific-sounding terminology printed on frosted glass bottles that cost $80, contain ingredients you could find in a $5 product if you knew where to look. Today we are going to cut through all of that noise and talk about 5 cheap men's skincare brands that almost every guy completely ignores, brands that dermatologists quietly recommend, that estheticians use in their own routines, and that have been delivering genuinely excellent results for years without anyone paying attention to them. Before we get into the brands themselves, it is worth understanding why most men avoid skincare in the first place, because that context matters for everything we are about to discuss. The barrier is not really the price, although price is certainly a factor. The deeper barrier is the perception that skincare is complicated, time-consuming, and somehow not masculine. That perception is completely manufactured by an industry that benefits from confusion. The truth is that a basic but consistent skincare routine takes less than 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night, costs very little when you know which products to choose, and produces visible results within weeks that compound over years into genuinely significant differences in how your skin looks and ages. The men who start early and stay consistent are the ones who look noticeably younger than their peers at 40, 50, and beyond. And the irony is that the products making that difference are often sitting on the same drugstore shelf that men walk past every day without a second glance. The first brand that almost every man ignores is CeraVe. And if you already know about CeraVe, you are ahead of most people. But even men who have heard the name often do not understand why this brand is so consistently recommended by dermatologists above products that cost 10 times as much. CeraVe was developed with dermatologists from the very beginning, and its entire philosophy is built around ceramides, which are lipid molecules that naturally exist in your skin and form a critical part of your skin barrier. Your skin barrier is the outermost layer that keeps moisture in and irritants and bacteria out. When that barrier is compromised, which happens through overwashing, harsh products, weather exposure, and simply aging, your skin becomes dry, reactive, prone to breakouts, and more vulnerable to environmental damage. CeraVe products are designed to restore and strengthen that barrier with ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide, ingredients that are backed by extensive clinical research. The CeraVe moisturizing cream in the large tub costs around $12 and outperforms moisturizers that retail for $60, $70, even $100 in head-to-head comparisons. The CeraVe foaming facial cleanser does its job without stripping your skin of the oils it actually needs. For men who are just starting a skincare routine and want something that is impossible to mess up, CeraVe is the safest and most reliable starting point that exists. The second brand that men completely overlook is Neutrogena, and before you dismiss it as a brand your mother used in the 90s, listen carefully, because Neutrogena has some of the most clinically proven formulations available at any price point. The Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair line, which uses retinol as its active ingredient, represents one of the best accessible entry points into retinoids for men who have never used them before. Retinol is not a skincare trend. It is arguably the most researched and most proven anti-aging ingredient in existence, with decades of peer-reviewed studies confirming its ability to increase cell turnover, stimulate collagen production, reduce the appearance of fine lines, and improve overall skin texture and tone. Prescription-strength retinoids are the gold standard, but for men who want to start using retinol without a dermatologist visit, Neutrogena's over-the-counter retinol products offer a genuine and affordable entry point. The brand also makes an excellent oil-free moisturizer with SPF that solves 2 problems at once: daily hydration and sun protection, in a single lightweight product that sits well under any other products or just on its own. The entire Neutrogena line is available in virtually every drugstore and supermarket on the planet, costs a fraction of prestige alternatives, and contains active ingredients that actually work. The third brand on this list is one that almost no man has ever considered for his face: and that is Eucerin. Eucerin is a German pharmaceutical skincare brand that has been around since 1900 and that has always prioritized clinical efficacy over marketing glamour. You will almost never see a celebrity endorsing Eucerin. You will not find it in luxury packaging or trendy minimalist branding. What you will find is a brand that takes skin science seriously and formulates products that address real skin concerns with proven ingredients. The Eucerin Q10 Anti-Wrinkle Face Cream has been used by dermatologists and recommended to patients for years because coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant that fights oxidative stress in skin cells, the same oxidative stress caused by sun exposure, pollution, and the natural aging process that leads to the visible signs of aging. For men with dry or sensitive skin, the Eucerin Original Healing Cream is one of the most effective barrier repair products available at any price. For men dealing with rough texture or keratosis pilaris on their face or body, Eucerin's urea-based products deliver results that expensive alternatives simply cannot match because urea is a clinically proven keratolytic that breaks down the buildup of dead skin cells more effectively than most trendy exfoliating ingredients. Eucerin rewards the man who is willing to look past boring packaging and focus on what is actually inside the product. The fourth brand that belongs on every man's radar is La Roche-Posay. And yes, this brand is slightly more expensive than the others on this list, but it still represents extraordinary value compared to luxury alternatives, and it earns its place here because of what it delivers for men with specific skin concerns. La Roche-Posay is a French dermatological brand owned by L'Oréal that was built around thermal spring water from the town of La Roche-Posay in France, water that has been scientifically studied for its calming and anti-inflammatory properties. The brand's Effaclar line is specifically designed for oily and acne-prone skin, and for men who struggle with breakouts past their 20s, which is more common than most people realize. The Effaclar Duo is a genuinely effective treatment that combines benzoyl peroxide and niacinamide in concentrations that clear blemishes without causing the extreme dryness and irritation that standalone benzoyl peroxide products often produce. The La Roche-Posay Ant Helios sunscreen range deserves special mention because sun protection is the single most impactful skincare habit any man can develop, and Ant Helios consistently ranks among the best sunscreens available anywhere in terms of protection, texture, and wearability. For men with sensitive, reactive, or rosacea-prone skin, La Roche-Posay is the brand that consistently outperforms everything else in that price range. The fifth brand that belongs on this list is one that men rarely associate with skincare at all, and that is The Ordinary. The Ordinary is a Canadian brand launched in 2016 by the DCM Company, and it was specifically designed to democratize access to high-quality skincare ingredients by stripping away all the marketing and packaging overhead that inflates the price of most skincare products. The concept is radical in its simplicity. Instead of selling you a product called something vague like Youth Essence Renewal Serum, The Ordinary sells you a product called niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%, which tells you exactly what is in it, and at exactly what concentration. That transparency is unusual in an industry built on mystification, and it is enormously valuable for men who want to understand what they are putting on their skin and why. The Ordinary's retinol products range from beginner concentrations to advanced formulations, allowing men to build up their tolerance gradually without spending a fortune in the process. Their hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5 serum is one of the best hydrating serums available at any price, a product that pulls moisture into the skin and creates a plumping effect that visibly improves skin texture within days of consistent use. Their AHA 30% plus BHA 2% peeling solution, the famous red mask that looks alarming the first time you use it, is a chemical exfoliant that costs under $10 and delivers results comparable to professional treatments costing much more. The Ordinary rewards the man who is willing to do a small amount of research, understand what each ingredient does, and build a simple routine from individual targeted products rather than overpaying for blended formulations with impressive packaging and underwhelming concentrations. Now that we have covered the 5 brands, it is worth talking about how to actually build a simple routine using products from these lines, because knowing which brands to buy means nothing if you do not know how to use the products correctly. A basic morning routine for any man starts with a gentle cleanser, the CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser, or the La Roche-Posay Tolerian Hydrating Gentle Cleanser, depending on your skin type, followed by a lightweight moisturizer and then a sunscreen. If you choose a moisturizer with built-in SPF like the Neutrogena oil-free option mentioned earlier, you can simplify that to just 2 steps. That entire morning routine takes under 3 minutes and addresses the 2 most important things you can do for your skin every day, which is keeping it hydrated and protected from UV radiation. A basic evening routine is where you have the opportunity to do slightly more work if you want to see accelerated results. After cleansing, men who want to target aging, texture, or uneven tone should introduce a retinol product 2 to 3 nights per week, starting with a low concentration from the Ordinary or Neutrogena, and follow that with a rich moisturizer like CeraVe or Eucerin to prevent the dryness that retinol can sometimes cause in the early weeks of use. On the nights you are not using retinol, a simple hyaluronic acid serum followed by moisturizer is all you need. The most important thing to understand about skincare is that consistency matters infinitely more than spending a lot of money. A man who uses a $12 CeraVe moisturizer every single morning and evening for 5 years will have noticeably better skin than a man who occasionally uses a $100 cream when he remembers. The biology of skin improvement is cumulative. Ceramides need to be replenished consistently to maintain a strong barrier. Retinol needs weeks to months of regular use before its benefits become fully visible. Sun protection only works on the days you actually apply it. The brands we have talked about today make that consistency easy and affordable, removing the financial barrier that stops so many men from ever starting in the first place.